This is what controls the narcissist. Think about that for a minute. So control, this is something the narcissist can't do without. The narcissist needs to control multiple people at any one point in time. They need to control narratives. They need to control people's perspective, people's clarity, people's money, their hopes, dreams, aspirations. The narcissist wants to control the smear campaign. Think about it. What is the smear campaign? It's something that the narcissist created to try to blow up your life. Is the narcissist a good person? Anything but. And what controls the narcissist? It will not be what you think it is. So stick with the video. Watch it until the end, and I will reveal to you what is controlling, or this is controlling the narcissist. I can assure you it's not what you're thinking. When you were with the narcissist in that relationship, you were being controlled. You were doing things for that person that they wanted you to do. And if you did them, they would do nothing but give you another list, an endless to-do list to accomplish. When you did that, again, they expected so much from you. The narcissist wouldn't give you credit. They would not be appreciative. They didn't respect you. They treated you less than a servant. They treated you less than an indentured servant. They treated you like you owed them. Truth of the matter is, the narcissist owes everybody, but they never pay up, which is why you need to get as far away from the narcissist as you possibly can. But way back then, when you were being controlled, you didn't know what was happening. You didn't know what gaslighting was. You certainly didn't know what triangulation was. You didn't know what the smear campaign was. You didn't know what financial abuse was, on and on and on. Now you're learning these definitions, and you're applying the definitions with your real life experience. And those two together, they equal wisdom. This is a newfound wisdom you've acquired, and it is a wisdom that you've acquired on steroids once you wrap your head around the fact that very few people will ever get this far on the journey. Very few people will ever understand what you are understanding, and most people are tethered to a toxic relationship, whether they know it or not. Now you may say, whoa, that's a little rough. Well, think about it. Before you knew what narcissism was, you didn't just have one person pulling on your heartstrings or pulling on your attention or your money or empathy. You had multiple people, but it was one person, most likely, that at the very end, the apex predator, that consumed most of your energy. You see, your little bite sizes were being taken out of you over and over and over throughout your whole life. That's why you could never quite figure out why you felt like you didn't belong. Yeah, I said that. You probably have thought that for your whole life. Why don't I belong here? Why don't I fit in? Why am I different? Well, you're getting the answers. Stick with the video. You're going to get a lot more wisdom, a lot more nuggets of wisdom when you continue to watch the video. Now, you need to understand that the narcissist was controlling you because this is what they do. The narcissist is a petulant child in their tiny little brain. The narcissist is shallow and they're hollow. They're cowards and they're bullies. And they don't want anyone to ever figure out who they are, what they're capable of, what they have done, or that they're a narcissist. Which is why as soon as somebody gets as close to figuring out who they are as possible, that's usually when the narcissist will discard them or give them a little mini love bomb or get ready to insert the new supply a little quicker. But the narcissist always has one foot out the door and one foot in a relationship. Truth be told, they have one fingernail in a relationship and the other 19 toes and fingers out looking for other sources of supply because the narcissist is loyal to nobody. They don't care about anybody. They only care about what people provide, which is utility or time or energy or patience or love or money or access, etc. But what controls the narcissist? You probably have been thinking that, yeah, they're in full control of their life. They make every move calculated with precision effort, and they don't make mistakes, and they know everything. Well, you would not be correct. You see, the narcissist plays a game of numbers. They play the game that doesn't end because there are 8.3 billion people on the planet. So let's imagine, if you will, let's go way back in time before you met the narcissist. You didn't know what narcissism was. You're a clean slate. You are an empath. You were naive and vulnerable, and you didn't realize what was about to happen to you. Okay, well, you were one person. The narcissist wasn't just interested in perhaps entering a relationship with you. They were vetting, with a V, vetting other people simultaneously. And if you want the real truth, they were vetting people even when you were with them, whether you got married to them or not. It didn't matter. They were still always looking for your replacement, just that you were built in supply. But going back, as the illustration started to share with you, When you were being vetted, you didn't know that. You thought that you were working on building a relationship with one person, one and another. That equals two people, mano y mano. That's what you were thinking. Well, no, that's not how it was. How it was the narcissist was vetting you, making you believe that you were special and that they were falling for you, or you were so amazing, you were the best thing since sliced bread and all these things. But they were telling, let's say hypothetically, another 9 people that. You see, you were the one that won the prize. What was the prize? It was a relationship from hell. It was a relationship that you had to heal from. It was a relationship that twisted the trajectory of your life. It was a relationship that did damage to you. Now you may say, what happened to the other 9 people, Andrew? Well, what happened probably after you were discarded, if you were, probably what happened is one of those other 9 people entered your shoes. Or maybe when you were with the narcissist, they had other people that they were vetting and one of those people took your space. Any way you cut it, once you get the wisdom, you have to get as far away from these people as fast as you possibly can. And you need to get off the radar of the narcissist because these people don't change. They only deteriorate. So who or what is controlling the narcissist? It's not them. If you look at the thumbnail, you'll notice there is a person standing on a tiny little wood floating device in the middle of nowhere. Well, that is an ocean of manipulation. It's an ocean of isolation. It's an ocean of no direction. And that's the narcissist. And they're looking for an energy source to propel them in whatever direction that energy is going to take them in. You see, without a fuel source, the narcissist is worthless. They're empty, they're shallow. They don't know what to do. They fumble through life. I've said that multiple times, not only in this video, but in a lot of videos I've created. You were a fuel source. You are not a fuel source. So what controls the narcissist? It's anything that crosses their path, any new shiny object, anything at all that gets their attention, or anything that attracts their attention. So for a period of time, it was you. And then once they figured out all about you and you did what you could do for them and they burned you out and stole everything out from underneath you, well, then they threw you away on the freeway, crumbled you up like a sheet of paper, threw you out, and then they washed, rinsed, repeated, and got a new person to take your spot. Very difficult pill to swallow, but it's reality. That's called a discard. That's what the narcissist did with you, and it happened with me. Well, what is controlling the narcissist? It's their impulsivity. It's the agreement they made with the underworld. It is the dark energy that lives and crawls within their energy field. It's the huge, vast wasteland. It's the bottomless pit within them. It is their mindset of lack. It's their mindset of anxiety. It's their mindset of having to always be in competition with other people. It's their mindset of never being enough. You see, the narcissist has the loudest voice in the room usually, literally and figuratively. Not always, but many times. They can control a room without even saying a word. You didn't know that back then, but now you realize it. But what the narcissist understands now more than ever is that they will be isolated in that ocean of abuse, searching for grade A sources of supply like yourself, and they won't find those people. Do we exist? Yeah, we do, but we've now gone no contact and blocked the narcissist and deleted them, removed them and all flying monkeys and people associated with them. So what controls the narcissist? It's that they can never, ever have the ability to just be. They can't do that. They need disruption, they need confusion, they need chaos, they need misrepresentation, they need miscommunication and misdirection. That's why the narcissist wears a mask, because they need supply. If they ever had a period of time, and I'm sure you experienced this, maybe you had a week, maybe you had 2 weeks, I doubt it, but maybe, that went peaceful. And you were thinking, this is when you were in the relationship with them, and you were thinking, wow, things are going really well. Like, I haven't experienced this maybe since before we got married. What's going on here? Well, now you know, you didn't know this back then, but now you know that they were getting supply elsewhere. And if it was too good to be true, that meant that you were going to be punished for doing something or not doing something. Because as soon as everything is going a little bit too good with the narcissist, they have to blow it up. They have to throw a monkey wrench in there and create confusion, chaos, and disruption. That's what they do. And this is what they will continue to do throughout the rest of their life. They will always look to attract the next new shiny object. They will always look to lure people into webs, and then they will continue to extract resources from those people. All right, when they take whatever they want to, like a parasite with a host, they'll discard that person, wash, rinse, repeat. And the narcissist continues to do this in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, upwards, because the narcissist eventually becomes the aging narcissist, which is not a pretty sight to see. But what the narcissists, plural, all over the planet are realizing, supply is drying up for them. They are literally floating around without direction in their own ocean of isolation, their own ocean of manipulation, and their own tsunami of abuse. Because there's no one there to direct them, no one there to guide them, no one there to put out fires for them, no one to change their diapers for them, no one to mommy them, no one to father them, no one to parent them, no one to give them the time of day. You see, in the long run, at the very end, the narcissist falls flat on their face. And they know this because they've done it over and over and over again, but they didn't want you ever figuring that out. Now you're figuring it out. So you need to understand this wasn't your fault. You were targeted. This wasn't your fault. You were looked at as a viable source of supply. This wasn't your fault. The narcissist was controlling you. But what controls the narcissist? It's their ability to know that in the back of their mind, that they're gonna blow up any relationship they enter, and they know what they're doing. And they get off. Yes, that's like they get a thrill, or they get energy or supply from fooling and manipulating people. And you were one of those people, so was I. That's why you need to take this very seriously. You need to get away from these people as fast as you can. These people don't change. They will never change. They will continue all the way up until their deathbed to abuse people, blame them, shame them, play games, do whatever they can do as long as they're getting someone else's attention and energy and punishing that person for being themselves. So what controls the narcissist? It's their own mindset of lack. It's the deal they made with the underworld. It's the dark energy. It's the dark cloud. It's the ability to it's the lack of ability, I should say, because they don't have this ability to introspect or to be accountable or to own up for their mistakes. You see, the narcissist thinks that they are perfect. They're anything but. On the food chain of humanity, they're lower. I'm not going to say that, but won't finish that. The narcissist knows who they are and what they're doing. You need to get the message and close the chapter of the book on them once and for all. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. I love you all. I'll talk with you tomorrow. A couple things. Understand something. What controls the narcissist? In retrospect, after you've healed or as you're healing, you will realize that how the heck did you stay in that relationship? How did you fight your way through it, and how did you make it out? Because the person that was controlling you has no direction. They probably don't even know how to write a check. They probably don't even know how to put gas in their car. And you'll be saying, how did they do that? How come they can't do that, but they controlled me? Well, there is your living in your mind rent-free. There is your narcissistic fog. There's your trauma bond. There's your devaluation stage. And there is your brainwashing. And that's what narcissism is in a nutshell. I love you all, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye.